What's happening, everybody? Today we're going to do a little bit of our bow holds and some bow hold exercise. Again, it's Mr. Olson here, and we're going to work on this to get better at our bow hold and create more technique and flexibility with our entire bow arm. All right, so there's a lot of different exercises that we're going to be doing, a lot of different information. You're going to be able to find all the instructions and the music and all the wording that I have going through this linked in the video description, and they're also going to be available in any Google Classroom materials. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to, on the instruction sheet, there is the idea of going through each one of the videos, so bow holds and tone, and it's all available in one document, but I'm going to break these up into 5 different videos. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to actually be working on our bow hold. All right, so you're going to notice that there are some materials that you're going to need. So you could use a wooden pencil, preferably not sharpened. All right, if you want to, you can have 2 or 1 wooden spoon. I'll explain what those are going to be for later. If you want a longer piece of wood, if you don't have your instrument, like a yardstick, works really well for our fake bass or cello. And the best idea is to actually have your instrument and your bow. All right, so we're going to make our first bow hold. This is the beginning bow hold, but it works for everybody depending on your expertise and skill level and how long you've been playing. It's always a great idea. So what I want you to do is I want you to make an animal with your right hand. Now remember, however you're looking at this camera angle, it may be different. My right may look like your left and etc., but make sure that you're using the correct hand. So I want you to make an animal with your right hand. All right, so some of my students call like this like the fox, whatever you want to have it. It's got to have 2 ears and a mouth. All right, so now that you have the animal, I want you to make sure that you circle the mouth. Okay, so I'm going to grab my pencil or my fake bow in my left hand, and imagine that the eraser right here is a screw. And I'm going to open the mouth and I'm going to slide my pretend bow in right past the eraser. All right, then I'm going to put these ears down on the bow, and if I'm a bass or cello player, I'm going to let this hang over the eraser, the stick, and if I'm a violin or viola, I'm going to put it right on top of the stick or the pencil. Now, as soon as you can, we're going to swap this guy out for our actual bow. All right, so if you're using the bow, I would grab in the middle of the bow, I'd make my animal, circle the mouth, slide past, and then I'm going to stop and I'm going to make my bow. I'm going to put some more clarification issues in just a moment. So you may have wondered, why in the world do I have a wooden spoon? There are a few bass players that are not using the overhand grip or the French grip, and they're going to use the German grip, and it's really hard to do if you don't have a bass bow at home. But the wooden spoon, the circle end, actually works pretty well. So again, you can make your bow hold that way and do all the instructions. Again, most of the stuff in this exercise, especially the bow hold, is going to be for the overhand grip. But again, you can do your own with the underhand grip using the circle end of the wooden spoon. That's why I have those. All right, so we're going to go through a couple of our details. So I'm going to be using my bow for this, but again, you can be doing this on your pencil or you can do it on your wooden spoon, whatever makes the most sense. All right, so as we make our bow, we want to make sure that we make a circle between the middle finger and the thumb. That's where our main contact should be. All right, the index finger is going to contact the bow right between the nail joint and the middle joint. All right, again, circle with the middle finger and the thumb, and the ring finger is going to hit the bow about the same point as the middle finger. All right, again, if you are a violin or viola, you're going to put your pinky on the top, on the thumb side of the stick, and about in line with the back of the frog. If you are a cello or bass, using the overhand grip, you're going to let it hang over. All right, so it's kind of hard to see my thumb, all right, but my thumb is nice and bent, and you can see that the nail joint is hanging below the hair. Right now it's above, but if I flip it over, you're going to see it hangs below. All right, and the nail, I think about the nail kind of digging half in the frog, half in the stick. If you think about our thumb, it kind of bends up. So in order to get that nice bend shape, it really needs to be kind of obnoxiously bent. All right. And the last thing is that we want to make sure that our bow hole is almost like Velcro. All right. So I'm moving back and forth, and it's moving just like Velcro would on like some shoes or like on a backpack, but it's still, it moves, but it's stuck in place. So there's flexibility, but it's in its correct spot. Now, when you play your violin and viola, you're going to want to pull the hair in towards your thumb. That would tilt the bow wood toward the scroll. For cellos and bass, it's going to be the opposite. All right. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little bit of beginning bow hold practice. All right. So this is what I would do is I would make my bow hold. You can go through the whole animal exercise as much as you want, but I would make my bow hold as many times as I possibly can, and then you're going to get a feel for it, but you can always go through those details and check. Do I have my index in the right spot? Is my pinky in this top? Do I have my thumb bent? And then once you've made your bow hold, you can practice at doing horizontal or vertical, and you can just practice keeping that bow hold. Can I keep that bow hold? I say to my elementary students, again, watch a TV show that actually has commercials and make the bow as many times as you possibly can. Make that bow hold as many times as you can during the commercials, and then when your actual show is on, you're going to hold it. All right, and no fair actually fast forwarding through the commercials. All right, the last thing is the easy bow hold check. Without going too much hitting the ceiling, I'm going to go on top of my head. I feel the screw on top of my head, and I take off, and I check curved pinky, bent thumb. All right, thanks for joining us today, and you're going to see more explanation on the next issues of our bow hold in the tutorials as we go along, but always start everything with a really, really good bow hold. All right, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.